bringing your Moonology report today. As y'all know, when I'm driving, I'm looking little to none at the screen. It says adjustments are required.
In 2 miles, take exit 10 onto New Hampshire, Route 3A toward Hooksett.
Adjustments are required, Libra. What are you getting into that you need to adjust? I'm not exactly sure. This is a general reading. So whatever it is in your life that you feel that you need to adjust, now is the time. It's probably not the best time for you to be deviating from a course, because we do have planets that are in retrograde from September all the way into December. There are going to be 6 of them. I keep reiterating that in case anybody forgets. Okay? It says conclusions are within reach. Conclusions are within reach. So if you're trying to get something done, I would say the best thing to do is make the necessary adjustments, and then you can conclude. You can finish up anything at all that you're trying to get done. It's going to go fine, I feel. Let's see what the last card is. A win-win situation comes from this. It's forecasted.
Route 3A toward Hooksett.
A win-win situation is forecasted for you. So you see, make the necessary changes. Probably just a little tweak that you have to make, and after that, everything's going to be fine. So
take the exit.
The conclusion
then keep right onto New Hampshire Route 3
The conclusion is a win-win. That means that everything's going to go the way that you need it to go.
Use the right lane to keep right onto New Hampshire Route 3A north toward Hooksett.
Sorry, I am on my way to work. You know, unfortunately, sometimes we think we've done all the work, and why are we not seeing, why are we not seeing the outcome, right? Why are we not seeing the outcome that we desire? Well, because sometimes the outcome needs to be tweaked a little bit. Sorry for my allergies. Needs to be tweaked just a little bit.
In about 11 miles, turn left onto Broadway.
Now I can turn that off. Can be tweaked just a little bit in order to get the outcome that you desire. But sometimes that outcome that you desire is not going to come until you make that slight adjustment. You know, it's funny because that's like with anything in life. Even if you're a mechanic, let's say you're doing a tune-up, right? If you're a mechanic and you're doing a tune-up, if you don't make that slight adjustment on the car is going to work, but it's not going to work the way you planned or wanted it to work, and it may not work long term, meaning it could fall apart, meaning breaking down. It could maybe have a short term life, right? The life of a car, because it's not mechanically sound. It's just an expression, right? It's just a metaphor I'm giving. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want something to go your way, just make that slight adjustment, and only you know what that slight adjustment has to be, because every single person in this world is living a different reality. So I can't possibly tell you what that is in a general reading, because it's not a one-to-one. Once in a while, we will be lucky enough to present or to have a card reader, present information that is so close to home that we're able to claim that reading and say, I know exactly what they're talking about. For me, it took me, believe it or not, even after leaving Texas, it took me 2 months, even though I had, the offer of a job from Texas to New Hampshire. It took 2 more months to qualify for the job, which is fine. Sometimes it's like that. I'm giving this as an example. Sometimes life is like that, to where I think this person has a training. There's a bus in front of me, but there's nobody getting on or off. I think they're just training for routes. But anyway, when you need to constantly make a readjustment until you get it right, there's no right or wrong about that. It's just a necessity. So try not to take it to heart. I know with me, I was exasperated by the time the 1.5-month mark was near. I was exasperated because I didn't see a finale. They wouldn't give me an offer letter, for example. That was a good one. They wouldn't give me an offer letter until I did XYZ. Well, I would do XYZ, and then the person that recruited me was very new, so she kept messing everything up. Okay, so that was the tweaking, is that I had to listen to what she was doing, listen to what she was requiring from me, of me, and then going about doing it in my own manner so that I knew that I did it and it would be completed. I even had to take matters into my own hands and talk directly to the place that I'm working at in order to gain clearance. So because we're in retrogrades right now, and I'm saying retrogrades because the thing is, guys, we're so used to Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde at most is like a week or so before Mercury retrograde starts and a week or two after. Now, we're going from August, which was Mercury retrograde. That's already done. But then we have September, October, November, December. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's 2 retrogrades in November. So because of that, you might have to do somebody else's work to get you to the finish line. It may happen, is all I'm saying. Am I happy that I stuck with it and I didn't give up, even though it took 2 months? Yes, I'm happy that I did not give up. Can you imagine if I would have given up after doing so much? I had to pass not one background check like the lady told me. No, I had to pass 3 background checks in order to be working where I am working, but it was well worth it. Anything worth having is worth the work. You have to have that mentality, Libra. So whatever it is that you're working on that doesn't seem to be pushing forward, maybe you're the one meant to push that forward, to propel your own self forward by your common sense, by your wisdom, by your logic, by your intelligence. That's all I'm saying. But nonetheless, the Moonology report for today, for all Libras in general, is push forward, make some tweaks, slight changes. You would be amazed. You would be amazed. I'm going to give you another example of what could be happening in your life. So the recruiter told me that I needed a test. Well, she didn't tell me correctly, so I ended up paying for blood work that I did not need. And you know, with the way the times are nowadays, everybody's money is tight, and I could have used that money to remain in my pocket. And if I would have gotten the other test, the other diagnostic done, then guess what? I would have been able to start my job a lot sooner. But she was new at her job and didn't know what she was doing. So I ended up having to take both tests, and guess what? I had to pay out of pocket for both tests. So things like that can occur because it's a retrograde, and what happens in retrograde? Everything that you think can go wrong in a retrograde. So always ask questions. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Do not be afraid if you think you're trying to buck authority. It's not that you're trying to buck authority. It's that you're trying to figure out how to go about things to do it working smarter and not harder. Okay? So again, it can make the difference if you're buying a home, if you're obtaining if you're obtaining a new job, please do read your offer letter before you sign it. Read it. Read it. There might be something hidden there. Or maybe you read it and you think you read it thoroughly and you did not before you signed it, and you're stuck with that job. Please do make sure you dot every I and cross every T. I hope this helps someone out there. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I was thrown off because we were off Monday. I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday. You have all day long to make adjustments. and all week, the rest of the week, to make adjustments. So do so according to your own life, to whatever it is that you're going through in life or experiencing. Again, Victoria Violet, Gypsy Roots Tarot and Travel. Have a wonderful and a blessed day. Bye, guys.